In a recent interview with the Sinclair Media Group, Donald Trump made a statement that has shifted the political narrative and intrigued many observers. When asked whether he would consider running for president again in 2028 if he were to lose the upcoming election to Kamala Harris, Trump's response was unexpectedly straightforward. He declared, "No, I don't. No, I don't. I think that will be it. I don't see that at all. Hopefully, we're going to be successful." This admission marks a significant departure from Trump's usual stance of relentless optimism and ambition. Known for his unyielding confidence, Trump's candid acknowledgement of a potential end to his political career is both surprising and noteworthy. His statement raises critical questions about his current strategy, the future of his political ambitions, and how he's positioning himself in the lead-up to the election. Let's unpack what this means. Trump's remarks suggest a strategic recalibration, potentially designed to manage expectations and mitigate pressure. By publicly contemplating the possibility of not running again, Trump could be attempting to lower the stakes and shift focus. This could be a tactic to ease voter and media scrutiny, positioning himself as a pragmatic candidate aware of the political landscape's realities. Adding another layer to this discussion is Trump's age. If he were to lose and then consider running in 2028, he would be 82 years old, older than President Biden is now. This introduces a new dimension to the debate, particularly given Trump's previous criticisms of Biden's extended tenure. The potential age factor could become a point of contention, potentially inviting accusations of hypocrisy or raising concerns about his ability to serve effectively. In parallel, the latest CBS News polling data presents a fascinating contrast. Vice President Kamala Harris has recently gained a slight edge over Trump, showing a narrow lead in battleground states and a 4-point advantage nationally. This shift is particularly significant as Harris is making strides with voters who prioritize economic issues, a traditional stronghold for Trump. Her upcoming speech on economic policy, addressing issues like homeownership costs and grocery bills, could further influence voter sentiment and shape the election's dynamics. As we delve deeper into this topic, we'll explore the potential strategic reasons behind Trump's comments, the implications for his campaign, and the broader impact on the election. We'll also analyze the latest polling trends and what they reveal about the current political climate. Stay with us as we dissect these developments and provide insights into how they could shape the path to the upcoming election. The interplay between Trump's unexpected statements and Harris's rising numbers makes for a compelling story, and we're here to break it all down for you. Donald Trump's recent admission about not running for president again in 2028 if he loses this election is a significant moment in the current political landscape. Historically, Trump has been known for his assertive and often boastful demeanor, projecting an image of unshakable confidence and relentless ambition. His public persona is one of a fighter who is always prepared to battle for the highest office in the land. Therefore, his recent remarks signal a noteworthy shift in his approach. To understand the gravity of Trump's statement, it's important to consider his usual narrative. Throughout his political career, Trump has consistently portrayed himself as a formidable contender with an almost boundless appetite for power and influence. His previous campaigns and statements have been characterized by a forward-looking, optimistic outlook, where losing was never an option. This time, however, Trump's concession that he might not seek another run in 2028 introduces an element of realism that diverges from his typical rhetoric. This change in tone could be interpreted as a strategic maneuver designed to manage expectations. By publicly entertaining the possibility of a final presidential bid if he loses, Trump may be trying to recalibrate the narrative surrounding his campaign. This could serve multiple purposes. For one, it helps to lower the stakes and reduce the pressure on his current campaign. By framing his potential loss as a natural endpoint, Trump might be aiming to set a more manageable bar for success, thereby mitigating potential fallout if he does not secure the presidency. Additionally, this approach could be a tactic to maintain his appeal among his core supporters while acknowledging the reality of the political battlefield. Trump's statement might be a way to prepare his base for the possibility of defeat without eroding their support. It's a delicate balancing act. He wants to convey that he's fighting hard for victory, but also that he's prepared to accept the outcome and move on if necessary. Another layer to consider is the potential impact on his long-term political legacy. Trump's acknowledgement of the possibility of not running again could be a strategic effort to craft a specific narrative about his legacy. By suggesting that he might bow out after this election, he could be framing his presidency as a climactic moment in his political career. This narrative might resonate with his supporters, who view his current bid as a final, decisive effort to secure his place in history. Moreover, Trump's age in 2028, 82 years old, introduces an additional factor to the equation. The prospect of running for office at such an advanced age could influence both his supporters and critics. Trump has previously criticized President Biden for being older than many of his predecessors, so his own potential candidacy in 2028 could open him up to similar scrutiny. This aspect of his statement might also be a way to preemptively address concerns about his age and health, presenting himself as someone who is making a deliberate and thoughtful decision about his future in politics. Overall, Trump's comments reveal a complex interplay of strategic considerations, personal ambitions, and political realities. By publicly entertaining the possibility of a final bid, he is not only adjusting his current campaign strategy, but also shaping the narrative around his future in politics. As we move forward, it will be crucial to monitor how this new stance affects his campaign dynamics and how it is received by voters and political analysts alike. The implications of Donald Trump's recent statements about potentially not running in 2028 are far-reaching, extending beyond his personal ambitions and into the broader electoral landscape. His admission comes at a critical juncture in the election cycle, with the latest polling data adding another layer of complexity to the narrative. As reported by CBS News, Vice President Kamala Harris has gained a slight but significant edge over Trump in recent polls. Harris's narrow lead in battleground states and her 4-point advantage nationally highlight a shift in voter sentiment. This development is noteworthy, particularly in the context of Trump's recent remarks. If Harris maintains or expands her lead, it could influence not only the immediate election, but also the strategic decisions of both campaigns. Trump's comments might be seen as a response to the evolving polling trends. By suggesting that he might not pursue a 2028 run if he loses, Trump could be aiming to address the growing concerns among his supporters about his ability to secure a victory in the current election. This statement may be an attempt to acknowledge the changing dynamics and temper expectations, while still keeping his base motivated and engaged. Furthermore, the polling data reveals that Harris has made notable gains with voters who view the economy as a critical issue. Historically, Trump has capitalized on economic concerns to bolster his campaign, presenting himself as the candidate best equipped to address economic challenges. Harris's ability to narrow the gap on this issue is a significant development and could potentially alter the electoral calculus. Harris's upcoming speech on economic policy is poised to be a key moment in her campaign. Expected to address pressing issues such as the cost of homeownership and rising grocery bills, this speech will provide further insights into her economic vision for the next 4 years. Harris's emphasis on these issues suggests a strategic focus on resonating with voters who are concerned about their financial well-being, an area where Trump has traditionally been strong. The contrast between Trump's and Harris's approaches to economic issues could become a focal point in the election. Trump's criticism of Harris for being slow to detail her economic plans might play into his strategy to undermine her credibility on this front. At the same time, Harris's efforts to connect with voters on economic matters could reinforce her appeal and potentially shift voter perceptions. The interplay between Trump's remarks and the latest polling trends highlights the fluid nature of the political landscape. As both candidates navigate these developments, their strategies and messaging will likely continue to evolve in response to shifting voter attitudes and campaign dynamics. The impact of Trump's comments, combined with Harris's rising numbers and her forthcoming policy speech, sets the stage for a dynamic and competitive election environment. Additionally, the focus on economic issues underscores the importance of policy positions in shaping voter preferences. As the election approaches, the candidates' ability to address key concerns and present compelling solutions will be crucial in swaying undecided voters and solidifying their respective bases. Overall, the current polling data and Trump's statements reveal a complex and evolving electoral picture. With Harris gaining ground and Trump adjusting his narrative, the coming weeks will be critical in determining how these factors will influence the election outcome. As we continue to analyze these developments, it's clear that both campaigns are strategically positioning themselves to navigate a highly competitive and uncertain electoral landscape. As we delve further into the implications of Trump's remarks and the evolving electoral dynamics, it's essential to consider how these factors intersect with broader political strategies and public perceptions. Trump's admission about potentially not running again in 2028 also reflects on his current campaign's positioning and how he is managing his image in the face of mounting pressures. One significant aspect to explore is how Trump's potential exit from the political stage, if he loses this election, could impact his legacy and the future of the Republican Party. Trump has been a polarizing figure, and his influence extends beyond his immediate candidacy. If he were to step away from politics, it would leave a considerable void in the Republican landscape, prompting a reevaluation of party dynamics and potential future leaders. The Republican Party's response to Trump's comments will be pivotal. Party leaders and influential figures will need to navigate the fallout and strategize for the post-Trump era. This scenario presents both challenges and opportunities for the GOP. On one hand, there may be concerns about maintaining cohesion and addressing the concerns of Trump's base. On the other hand, it could provide an opportunity for new voices and perspectives to emerge, potentially reshaping the party's platform and strategy for future elections. Moreover, Trump's statement might influence the behavior of undecided voters and independents. By suggesting that his current bid could be his last, Trump could be attempting to appeal to voters who are wary of perpetual political campaigns and might appreciate a sense of finality. Conversely, this admission might also prompt some voters to question his long-term commitment and strategic vision, potentially affecting their support. The impact of Trump's comments on his campaign strategy is another crucial element to consider. If Trump's campaign team views his remarks as a way to manage expectations, they might adjust their messaging to focus more on the immediate election and less on long-term ambitions. This could involve intensifying efforts to mobilize his base, address key issues, and present a strong case for his presidency. The campaign's response to these developments will be instrumental in shaping the final stretch of the election. Additionally, the evolving dynamics between Trump and Harris provide a rich context for understanding the broader electoral landscape. Harris's efforts to capitalize on economic issues and her increasing support highlight the competitive nature of this election. As both candidates sharpen their messages and adjust their strategies, the contest for voter support will become even more intense. In summary, Trump's recent comments about potentially not running in 2028 are a significant development with wide-ranging implications. They reflect a strategic adjustment, a response to evolving polling data, and an acknowledgement of the broader political context. The interaction between Trump's narrative and Harris's rising numbers underscores the complexity of the current electoral landscape, setting the stage for a dynamic and closely contested election. As we move forward, monitoring these developments and analyzing their impact will be crucial in understanding the election's trajectory. The interplay between candidate strategies, voter sentiments, and political narratives will continue to shape the path to the election and influence the future direction of American politics. As we wrap up our exploration of Donald Trump's recent statements and the latest polling trends, it's clear that the political landscape is both dynamic and intricate. Trump's unexpected remarks about potentially stepping away from presidential ambitions in 2028 have introduced a new layer of complexity to his campaign strategy and the broader electoral narrative. This shift, coupled with Kamala Harris's rising support and focus on economic issues, underscores the evolving nature of this election cycle. The coming weeks will be crucial as both candidates refine their strategies and seek to sway undecided voters. Trump's comments about the possibility of not running again could serve to manage expectations and recalibrate his campaign's approach, while Harris's efforts to address economic concerns may strengthen her appeal to key voter demographics. As we continue to monitor these developments, it's important to stay informed and engaged with the latest updates and analyses. The interplay between Trump's strategic adjustments and Harris's growing support will likely shape the final stages of this election and set the stage for future political dynamics. Thank you for joining us as we dissect these important issues. If you found this analysis insightful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more in-depth political coverage and updates. We value your input and look forward to bringing you more comprehensive analyses as the election unfolds. Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll continue to delve into the latest political stories and provide you with the insights you need to understand the shifting landscape. Until then, take care and see you next time.